Natasha, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today we have an ultra fun and pretty quick technique, but the results are gorgeous. Now, this is using a gel plate today. This is the one I have. It's a 5x7 Jelly Arts plate. I love this one. It's probably my favorite and my most sort of handy size that I have. I also have the Woodware craft collection. They have a series called Fuzzy Friends, I believe, and this is Connie the cow. They have foxes, chickens, rabbits, ducks, cats, owls, all these gorgeous animals that are in this kind of style, and this is going to work perfectly for us today. So I'm just using some VersaFine Onyx black ink to stamp this, and this is all directly onto my card base. So I'm doing this whole technique on my card base. I'm also going to be using some masking magic from Gina K. You guys know that this is my absolute favorite masking paper, also because I know that once I've created a mask, I'm able to reuse it, and I'll just pop it in the back of the packaging over and over again, and I never get any leaking or bleeding through of the ink, which is key. Now, this, as I said, is going straight onto my card base, so I'm just deciding where I want to put it. I'm going to press down for a minute, transfer that ink really well, and then just using the residual ink that's left on there, I'm going to pop this down onto my masking paper too. This doesn't have to be perfect at all, the print on the masking sheet, it doesn't matter. I also have the Parker the Puppy. Now, I was very tempted to use that one as well. And what I like about each of these stamp sets is that there is the image, there's some extra little bits and pieces, and there's also some good sentiment. So it's kind of like I don't have to already have another sentiment set that would match having a cow or a puppy or whatever it is. It's an all-in-one stamp set, which is what I like. So I can fussy cut around this, and the best thing about the edges of these animals is that even though they're that curly, gorgeous texture, you just cut straight through the center of it, and that is perfect for a mask. Now, I have found where it comes to masking off my border, I want a nice, stark, beautiful white border. I usually use my mint tape, but I have had a few people comment that it's hard to see through it, or making sure that they're getting their borders even. Now, I don't mind it, and I can see through the mint tape, but this Sizzix tape is the other one that I use, and this one has the lines on it, and it's easy to see through. So you can literally just line up the edge with the edge of your paper, and you know that you have an even border all the way around. So that's another good option, and it is going to be make sure that no ink gets through as well. Now, at this point is when we put the mask on. Remember to keep all those little pieces of release paper, because we're going to keep this mask afterwards. This is such an easy process, and definitely more than one way to do this. This is just one way that I am showing you, but it is quick. Now, this is where I get my gel plate out. Now, in the back of my gel plate, I have all of these die cuts, and I just put these all back in. So these are from anywhere and anything. Some of them are just circles with circles cut out of the center of them. There's some feathers, there's some leaves, there's lots of texture making die cuts in the back. And that often means I do this because I could use my stencils, but then I like to clean my stencils. Whereas these die cuts, I just leave them, let whatever dry on them, and then we're good to go. Now, these are the colours I'm going to use today on my jelly plate. So these are VersaFine clear inks. Essentially, it's a blue, a purple, and a pink. Pink goes down the bottom, purple in the middle, and then blue. Now, I'm going to put down the inks, and then I'm going to use my brayer to get a smooth transition between the two of them. You absolutely don't have to do this, but I quite like the look of it, getting it a little bit smoother. Now, it does feel like when you put the ink on and then it kind of fades away, it feels like it disappears, and you think, is there much ink on there? What's it going to turn out like? But actually, you'll see in a minute that there is heaps of ink on there, even though it looks like it becomes pretty transparent, I guess. So now I'm going to put some of these leaves down the bottom. I don't want the image to be completely white. So what I'm doing is I am putting down my leaves. Then I'm going to pick them all up again, because I just want to take away some of the colour. I don't want there to be no colour. If I wanted this to stay completely white, I would leave all of these masks down and have them stay here. But I don't want that. I just want less colour where the leaves are. So you can see I picked up that one, turned it over, and it has that beautiful, beautiful purple pink on that side. And then up the top, I kind of did blue on purpose. I guess it ends up being a little bit sky-like, I guess, but not really because the ground is purple. Then I put some of these little circles on. Again, I'm just using a little spatula, a little palette knife to press them down instead of my fingers getting in the way. Then this is where we are going to take our image. You don't have to line it up, just wherever you think. Press it down, and then I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper and give it good pressure all around. Remember, this is directly onto our card base. We want to transfer all of that ink and all of those gorgeous patterns, and then when we lift this up, the mask is actually going to stay on the jelly plate, so you're going to get a beautiful look at what this is almost going to be. Look how gorgeous this looks already. A little bit of texture in the background, and just remember to carefully pick that mask off. It's not going to rip because they're fairly strong, but that little tail, I did cut it fairly thin, so just being a little bit careful, but peeling it off, and then you can clean off your gel plate and put it away, unless you are doing multiple prints of this. But remember, this is where I said keep hold of those little pieces of release paper because we're going to put those back on in a second. To me, there is just something about the colour in the background and the crisp image right in the centre. Now, we are going to do a little bit more to this card, but you certainly don't have to. And you can do this with anything you have. Any gorgeous flowers, butterflies, animals, shapes, a star, I don't know, a heart. You could go to town on this. It really is a fun technique, but I thought this little cow would be really, really cute for someone in particular, so I'm going to use it. And then there's the mask. I pop it back in the back of the packaging, so it's there for next time. And then there are some gorgeous little extras in this set. There's a couple of little tufts of grass. There is a gorgeous sentiment, which I want to use as well. Now, I wasn't sure if this would stand out from the background enough, so actually I stamped it on a little strip of paper just in case I needed to use that as well. But this says, herd, it's your birthday, which is the word herd for a herd of cows. And I quite like that. Then I'm going to add in a couple of little tufts of grass. I just think this adds to this kind of gorgeous little image that we are creating. And I like that they're all nice and black and aren't just an outline. That works out perfectly for this technique. There are also some gorgeous little flies up the top, which I really love. And then I just stamp the 3 of them. Then I selectively stamp just 1 to go at the back. And then my favorite part of all is taking off those edge border pieces, and we can see this gorgeous, crisp, beautiful image really come to life. Remember, this is all on the card base, so it is done and dusted. Look at that. I love this. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video today. I hope that you get out your jelly plates and give them a go. There are a few different brands of gel plates out there, so I will link the ones down below that I have and I like. And so I will also list any other supplies down there, as well as these gorgeous animal stamps. I will also list a link to the Buy Me a Coffee website in case you would like to support my channel and the videos that I produce for you. But other than that, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you think of this cute little card. It's hard to resist, I think. But I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much. See you then. Bye.